Broadcasting to you on WNN 1470 AM and TrentoVision.tv from the world's leading think tank laboratory, buried deep in an undisclosed building in hostile territory where evil and corruption is exposed. You're about to enter the Tom Trento Show.
Now order, all hands flag and battle station.
Tom Trento heads United West, a group that says it defends Western civilization against the onslaught of Islam.
Wow, I really, really love that opening.
Do you really?
I do, but it just doesn't feel right today.
What doesn't feel
What
right?
is
Why?
today? What day is it today? I know we're always challenged by the calendar, but is it Friday? Feel a little Sharia coming on? Oh, there she is. There you go. Now that's the way to start a show. If you can't get
Sharia, never gonna stop. Give it up, killing infidels, always got it planned. Underhand, give a lie, a yell. Whoa! My Sharia. My Sharia. My Sharia.
I don't know. I guess.
I love that.
I guess it must be.
Hold
It
on.
must
It must be.
If we're showing,
must
it
be.
must be.
It must be. Friday. Hi, everybody, on this Jumpin' Jum'ah Freaky Friday, where our Islamic brothers and sisters are making sure they don't go to perdition, to hell, because if you're a capable male and you don't go today, then you're toast. It's that simple.
You will burn and
You got to be there.
to eternity.
Check
You're
our
going to
visitor.
have
We got a
hot
visitor out there.
oil
Check our visitor.
poured
will
all
you?
over you, and after your skin burns and melts
But it
off,
melts
it
right
grows
off.
back and it starts all over
We'll get that
again.
later, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, not now. You got to close the door right now. All right, take it easy.
Because
All
you
right.
know why
Thanks for
everything's gotta
stopping by.
It is a freaky Friday.
It is. You can't talk. You can't talk. Okay, yep.
You know what today is, Tom?
You have the best mailman.
We get the mail delivered right to the live show.
You know what? It's kind of like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or something around here. You never know who's going to knock and
on the
open the
door.
door.
You know, at his age, it's amazing he can make it all the way through the tunnel.
I don't know if I should increase the tip to the mailman at the end of the year, the Christmas
Yeah,
tip,
think
or
Christmas.
decrease it. I don't know which one.
No.
But whatever one it is. Hi, everybody. Tom Trento,
You know what?
CJ, everybody else here. 30.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow, wow.
Who do we have when we say Who do we have when we say everybody else here?
Who do we have?
Who do
Who
we
do
have? Do we have Fred and Barney?
Nope.
No. Do we have Moose and
Rocky
Squirrel?
and Squirrel. or
Moose and
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Moose and Squirrel.
The pasta.
Yes.
Is Abdullah here?
I
Abdullah,
am
we
right
have
there, of
Imam
course.
Abdullah.
I am fresh from the masjid.
That's right. What? Anything special today?
Anything
today was-
happen?
there's so much going on in this world. Of course, we speak about the hopeful destruction of Bashar al-Assad and his heretic government, and hopefully the Free Syrian rebels taking over Syria. We speak of one possible very good outcome could be that Israel is bombarded by the heretic Shia Hezbollah in retaliation. So we might be getting Syria and the destruction of Israel all within a week. This could be amazing.
This could be a big week for you
Could be
Sunni.
very
It
big
could be
week for
2 for
Sunnis.
1, and if Iran strikes
We get the
against the
Shias
U.S.
and the Jews all in one. This could be very big for us.
And if Iran strikes against the U.S., I mean, that's just the trifecta right there, isn't
Well,
it?
I do not. It would be Hezbollah doing it here, which is Iran.
Which is the same
2
thing.
days ago, on Wednesday, you capped some Shia in Baghdad. I think it was 50 or 60. Small day.
Oh
Yeah.
yes,
But
they had it coming.
Yep. So that's what we understand. Baghdad's a huge success. Hi, everybody. Tom Trento at 5 minutes after 5 o'clock, 30 August 2013. Good to be here with you on Jumpin' Jum'ah Freaky Friday. And who said you can't be two places at once? Yeah, you absolutely can. We defy all of that. Mark is still. Where
He
is Mark?
is
He's a
winded.
hologram.
Mark is back.
Mark is exhausted. His arms, they almost fell off when he walked in the door today.
Yeah, it was
He
a
can
tremendous
fly
event
a
last
lot of
night.
miles,
The Diana
that
West
guy.
event was
Frequent
fabulous.
flyer miles. Yeah,
It was a fabulous event. Hope it happens. That was a fabulous event last night. And we got a lot of stuff for you today, folks.
Let's
You know,
identify ourselves and then
Yeah,
get
go
right
ahead.
into
Yeah, go
it.
get into some of the.
We
We
are.
want to always get into the meat of the stuff, but we got housekeeping.
Okay, but we have to do the potatoes too.
We have to do the potatoes.
Right. We are TrentoVision.tv. You can listen to us on WNN 1470 AM, broadcasting from Miami to Orlando. You can listen to us if you download the iHeartRadio Smart app for your smartphone, which is really easy to do. You can watch us on theteapartycommunity.com. You can click on our icon, Trento Vision, off of barenakedislam.com.
Yes, good one.
That's a good one. We like to watch BizPack Review. We like to read all the articles over there. We like to watch WatchdogWire.com.
Watchdog Wire, Dr. Rich Swire.
Dr. Rich Swire's Watchdog Wire. And if you missed our show, which I can't believe you would, but if you did miss it at 5 o'clock, then you can watch and listen off
very
the
important.
archives. Go to youtube.com/theunitedwest, and you can click on any
And-
show you want and watch it as many times as you want.
Oh.
And in fact, if you really like a show, we encourage you to send the link to your friends of that episode, so as many people as possible watch all the shows. And we
Yes.
make, gosh, pennies every time.
Also, I
we
want to
do
mention
that.
something about the archive site.
Yeah.
I know a lot of our stuff that does well is anything having to do with Extortion 17. So there's a playlist. If you click playlist,
Good point.
there's about 16 videos, all Extortion 17 related. From the whole press conference to an edited version
Good point.
to a bunch of smaller clips with generals, admirals, special operators, Louis Gohmert, the whole bit. So go to the website and click the Extortion
It's
17.
a lesson. You can dive in and learn about the sad situation that occurred 6 August 2011, Extortion 17, call sign for the Chinook helicopter that went down with 38 people, 30 of whom were American forces, most of whom were special operators, 17 of whom were SEAL Team 6, same squad that took out bin Laden, not the same people, same small group of men. So go to the archives, you'll see that. And maybe in the future, we'll put a chair here for our mailman. Maybe he wants to sit up here and be part of the show, you know.
Your mailman looks like you.
Yeah. We have a mailman who delivers the mail to underwater scuba guy, and we got our mail delivered. But that was good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we have room on the table
We
here
got room
for our
right there.
guinea pig.
People want to know what these things are. You know, we probably should tell them. These are
As
little
the
spinnies.
world
As the
turns.
world turns. We have the whole world in our hand. What this is, I'll read it for you. We have two of them. The United West saluting our military, January 10, 2012, year and a half ago.
Oh my gosh, January 10th is my birthday.
Happy birthday to you a year ago.
Oops, did I just say that?
Yes, you did.
Uh-oh.
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble now.
Squirrel alert.
Uh-oh.
I get all the emails because they go to
Do.
Tom at Trento Vision. I'm going to send them to you.
No.
We had, if you remember, President Obama wanted to be bad and fulfill his
Manifest destiny.
yeah, fulfill his political campaign promises and end the war in Afghanistan and Iraq and get everybody home. So he sped up the process, lost a $1 billion embassy, lost a point of strategic point, forward operating base in the center of the Middle East, and basically got thrown out of Iraq. So what we did in order to respect and honor the returning soldiers, we held an event saluting our military on January 10, 2012 up in Tallahassee. We had a host of speakers, including Billy Vaughn, who just had lost his son a little bit earlier, Aaron Vaughn, SEAL Team 6, General Jerry Boykin, Lieutenant Colonel, all retired, Rich Swire, and many others. One soldier, Castillo. Remember Castillo? Sergeant Castillo?
Oh, yeah.
Sergeant Castillo, young guy, shot 20 times, I think it was.
Good grief.
It's crazy, leg blown off. He has a prosthesis. And he drove in. His car broke down, but he made it in. And we spent a nice day and evening with him. So this was a little memento of our appreciation for the speakers and the participants. We gave them from Savannah Engraving in Savannah, Georgia. They did a great job. We gave them this little thing. And it means a lot to us because we're big supporters of the United States military.
Even though they have you listed as a hate group.
This is one of the reasons why we fight. This is the Dome of the Rock.
Careful how you shake that.
Yeah, this is the, did somebody glue it?
No.
Oh, wow.
Balance.
Careful.
It's still
Saliva.
Oh, Tom, you broke it again.
They're waiting for you.
This is the Golden Dome over the rock, the Dome over the Rock, Dome of the Rock. This is the Islamic, it's not a mosque, it's an Islamic facility designed in 689 to show to Christians and Jews that Islam is superior. So they tried, because of all the Byzantine and the Roman architecture in the Christian world, they tried to make something.
It kind of looks like a Colosseum on the bottom and the dome of the mosque on top.
So they built it over the location of the Jewish temple that was destroyed.
Yeah.
And
as in that'll show you guys.
And so this is one of the reasons why we fight. We think this is a sign of evil, this building. The symbolism for it, all of that.
Supremacism.
And yes, it is. Have you been there, Abdullah?
Of course.
You have you? Yeah. Well, I've been there. I've been close to it. I haven't been able to get up to it, but we're going in about a month from yesterday, the 29th. Yeah. We will be in Israel, and we're going to try to do our show from Israel. If we can't do it because of the technical issues, we're going to tape a bunch of shows and then come back and show them from Israel. Oh, there it is. Look, it stayed on the ledge.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to try to get up there this time going around. So this is who we fight with. This is why we fight. And if you're into eschatology, folks, on this Jumpin' Jum'ah Freaky Friday. If you're into eschatology, or if you're into blocking the camera, yeah, a little bit.
Do you need a bigger sheet of paper?
Somebody get him a piece of plywood.
Can I get you a piece of drywall?
If you're into eschatology,
and that has nothing to do with fishes.
Ology means study of. Eschatos means end times. End telios, end times. If you're into the study of the end times in the world's three large monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, then you know Judaism says, you can't have that on top of our temple. When our Messiah comes back, the temple has to go there. So we're going to have a little battle, I think, over buildings.
I believe it starts over the weekend.
And the Christian theology says, you can't have that on top of the Jewish temple because the final temple has to be built right where it is. So stay tuned. This is going to be a big one. And
I knew you were going to do that.
not wanting to scare everybody, I think just stays up there. But the Shias, and this is Jumpin' Jum'ah. Now this is something else.
That's
This is
something special.
What do I look like? This was a gift to me from you.
From me, yeah.
Thank you very
Because it
much.
matches your
It matches this.
your
the pink stuff.
iPad
I did
and
get-
your iPhone. Look how color
this
coordinated
is a
you
little, This is a little, yeah, they're all different
This
shades.
is how you this is how you powder your nose
This
before
is-
the show.
Tom,
This
are you
is-
going to Chicago or San Francisco
This is
weekend?
totally gay, isn't it? I mean, all my gay friends
Tom,
going,
Tom, that'd be an
"No,
affirmative.
No, no.
What's
They-
that?
No, my
Tom
gay
asked if that
friends
was
like
totally
it,
gay. I
actually.
said
They like
that'd be
that.
affirmative, Tom.
I'm experimenting with my feminine side. It's just that simple. No big deal. But this is a compact
posted.
that we use. But why is the mirror all distorted? What is that supposed to do? Like get to see yours?
That's the magnifier.
the
So you
magnifier.
can clip your nose hairs.
I'm learning it. Okay. That's that. What else do we have on this table? This is a little control
CJ,
box.
we have CJ on the table.
This is a control box.
CJ,
This
CJ
button-
will be dancing on the table soon.
This button right here controls my volume in that ear. This one controls yours. This one I push, boom, CJ gets ejected right out of her seat.
Can you push that button, Tom?
Let's see how that works.
Right, your CIA friend put that one in,
All
right?
right. My text is going crazy. Eject, eject, eject.
All in favor.
And this is something to drink here.
And this is
That's
something
bubbly.
to drink.
And then you got kind of makeup stuff over there, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You
I
got that going on.
What the hell is going on? I thought we were going to talk about jihad.
Yeah,
Well,
why not?
we give the folks, these folks are our friends.
I
They're our
let Mark
enemies out there.
decide which lipstick I should wear.
Our friends like to learn a little bit about us, all of that. So we
So-
reveal a little bit about our lives.
So when we're setting
That's
up
all.
with the lights, I say, which one should I wear
Yeah,
today?
which one works?
Yeah, and he tells me too.
But
That's right. I
And
do.
he fixes my shirt when I'm wearing like
And
a
I-
little sweater
and
over
I help you
my
out in the
shirt.
bathroom. and
he's
everything.
Yes.
he's very
He adjusts your womanhood for you, no?
he's very accommodating, Mark.
He's really helpful, and he's
But he needs to
great
close
if
the
you
bathroom
need someone
door,
to
doesn't he?
shop for
He needs to
shoes
close the
with
bathroom
you.
door.
I'll tell you, you would not need all that time to get ready if you would simply wear a burqa.
That's true. You guys got something on that for sure.
Yeah, maybe for JJFF.
Yeah. Now, all the people jumping in their automobiles who are new to our show are going, what is all this stuff about?
What are they talking about?
All right, we'll
I
hit,
thought this was the Health and Wealth Network.
we'll hit you with the
I
quick
thought
pitch.
I was going to get some vitamins.
My name is
today.
Tom Trento. I direct an organization called theunitedwest.org. The United West.
Should we just start the show over?
No, we don't have time.
The mailman threw the whole thing off. Man. The mailman just derailed us. For you driving in your cars, I was trying seriously to tell you what we're all about.
Tom
Mark
Trento
made
of
me an apparition.
theunitedwest.org.
Mark made me an apparition.
Hey, now you're a real talking head.
I was
I'll
a
teach you not
floating
to wear
head.
that shirt again.
Been floating. No, it worked once before. All right, Tom Trento, director of organization, theunitedwest.org, a counterterrorism educational organization. We educate on the issues of Islamic terrorism, and we counter those. We're against Islamic terrorism, unlike 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, which is siding up the Muslim Brotherhood. In the context of our work, we have 3 or 4 key fundamental principles which guide our thinking and our action. We're activists. We don't just do crazy stuff, on shows and all that. We teach, we go out, we organize, we fight, we confront. We think the Constitution is a good starting point and a good ending point for a contract for civilization. We stand firmly with the U.S. Constitution and against all efforts to dilute or destroy. Number 2, we believe that the world is an extremely dangerous place. Read the newspaper. Put on Al Jazeera, 358 on DirecTV right now, and you'll see the Middle East is a tinder box. Our only friend, our only trusted friend is Israel. We believe from a military intelligence, law enforcement perspective, Israel is essential to the national security of the United States, so we work on many levels, communicating that fact. Number 3, we believe
But that's
Islam.
not the only reason why we support
Not the only
Israel.
reason, but there's much continuity and coherence between the United States and Israel in many levels. But minimally, if for nothing else, you should be concerned about your national security, interest, and protection. Israel is essential to protecting you in the homeland.
So why is our administration trying to sever the country in half and give it to a bunch of raving lunatics?
Because there's a thing called an election, and if you elect people that don't believe the way we believe, and they view Israel, President Obama was raised as an anti-Semite, anti-colonialist, pro-Marxist all his life. He's anti-Israel. He politically became a friend of Israel for political reasons, but that's not his heart. That's not where he is.
Okay, so John
But he's
Kerry
not
John
a
Kerry
politi-
likes Israel though then, doesn't he?
No.
Well, how about the
Well, how about
How about
Hillary
the
Clinton?
Secretary of Defense?
No.
Does-
Well, how about
Does Hagel like Israel?
Chuck Hagel? No, not him either. How about John Brennan? No, not him either. How
about Samantha
Susan
Powers?
Rice or Samantha Power? No, not them
you
either.
know
how
what
about Valerie Jarrett?
about Valerie
no,
Jarrett?
not her either. Is there anybody actually pro-Israel associated or affiliated or advising this administration? No.
Well, then why do 68% of Jewish people in America vote for these people?
I don't know.
What?
because-
It's only 68%?
To Lawrence.
I
yeah.
thought it was 80 at least.
It is dysfunctional.
Because they hit that automatic button like they've been doing since Truman, and they really haven't realized, a lot of them, that that the Democrat Party has changed.
Yep.
And the Democrat Party is not what it was. This is not the party of Truman or
It's Roosevelt.
or Roosevelt or who else do you like?
Kennedy.
Everybody loves
Everybody
Kennedy.
loves Kennedy,
This is
yeah.
not the party of John Kennedy.
No, it's
You know,
not.
this is the party of like Marx and Engels. It's atheist.
Actually,
Take God
the-
and Jerusalem out of the platform.
The-
Boo.
Do you remember
Boo.
that?
A lot of-
Hiss at your
Do you
Oh, that
have
was
it?
awesome.
national
Can you
convention.
find that? Pull that up. That
At
little
your
piece of video.
national convention,
Democratic
you
National
actually
Convention,
booed
2012.
against
God.
having
There's a little
God
piece of
and
video.
Jerusalem
We need to play
in
that.
the Democrat Party platform.
Yep.
Okay?
The best way to qualifying question, and they're never going to answer it truthfully, but you can kind of sense.
You know
If
what?
when you ask a
They
person,
care about their entitlements and abortion and recycling more than they're worried about what happens with Israel, because they think that's somebody else's problem and somebody else is going to take care of it and it's all going to come out in the wash and don't worry about it.
The best thing is that how the LGBT,
LGBT.
the LGBT of the DNC, okay, and they, Israel is the only country in the entire Middle East where you're not going to get killed
Yeah.
for being LGB or T. Yet they are the first
Sounds like a
ones
sandwich.
that want to destroy Israel.
the
Yeah.
qualifying question to ask a person, and like I said, they're going to lie, but you can kind of read their body language, and maybe in the quietness of an evening together, and they had a few drinks. You ask them, do you think the world would be a better place if Israel did not exist? We don't want to kill Jews or anything, but if just somehow all the Jewish people, a la Helen Thomas from, where was she from? The Associated Press or whatever?
Lebanon.
Well,
yeah.
No, she's Lebanese.
Yeah.
No, he meant what
what's-
news
Helen.
outlet?
Helen Thomas.
Associated
Wasn't she
Press.
the Washington Times?
The
No, not the
AP.
Times.
No, she was the
Associated
AP.
Press, I think.
Yeah.
And if all the Jewish people just one day said, we're all going
Let's
to go
say
back
they all
to where we
went back
came
to
from.
Poland, for
Yeah,
instance.
we're going to go to Poland. We're going to do
Yeah.
that. This whole thing of having our own homeland, it was a big mistake. We're gone.
Yeah.
Would the world be a better place if Jewish people left that land, re-assimilated back, and gave that land over to Palestine and the Arabs. So
Of
the
course,
world
that
be a
goes
better
without
place.
saying, of course. Any land that the
No,
Jew
but
leaves will
ask,
be better.
ask the people who vote for people who are not true supporters of Israel. And you know what?
But if you ask them that question,
If you ask them that question, of course they're going to say no. They're going to look at you like, how could you even ask something as stupid as that?
but inside they're going, oh yeah, it'd be a much better world.
Yeah, and then you can say,
Yeah.
well, how did that work out before the Holocaust? Was
Exactly.
there world peace before then?
Yeah, did
when
Islam?
there was no modern state of Israel, did peace exist all over the planet?
Yeah, and
When there were twice as many Jews as there are now.
and that's how you could determine who stands with Israel. If they go, are we crazy?
Yeah.
It's essential for Israel to be there on 85 different reasons. And what we're doing today, folks, is our Jumpin' Jum'ah Freaky Friday. We have a great concern about this Syrian situation where the United States is getting involved kinetically with physicality, using bombs and bullets, and which means another war basically. We're going to discuss it for a second because we're a little confused on this ourselves. This is a complex problem. But
This is something
you
we
should.
can agree with the White House on. Oh my gosh, what do we do there?
Well, I mean, these kind of things you want to err on the side of being careful, and it doesn't look like that's what's happening. And it's pretty clear to me and to some of the guys here with the situation and the gravity of getting involved. But where we're going with this today on Jumpin' Jum'ah Freaky Friday is we're going to look at 3 or 4 Islamic organizations and their dedication to world peace. And we're going to ask the question, where the hell are these people? Why is it that when Muslims, the Shia, which come out of Iran and Lebanon, and Bashar al-Assad, he's an Alawite, which is a division of the Shia denomination in Islam, when those guys are fighting their brother Muslims, the Sunnis, and killing each other, where does it say that the United States has to rush in and stop 2 enemies who historically for 1,400 years have killed each other? Where does it say we have to rush in and stop them from killing each other? Where does it say that?
I don't know. I want to know if we are going to do that. What's our national security imperative and rationale for doing it? There isn't one. What is the rationale for going into Syria? And I don't mean going into Syria and causing a regime change to happen with some fantasy government that is supposedly pro-Western and friendly towards the United States, because that's not going to happen. What they're talking about doing is, targeted raids and strategic bombing and maybe a few drone strikes or something like that. Do you know what? This is like weeds popping up out of the ground. You chop some off and 10
Boom.
pop up in their place.
Right.
Do you think there's a shortage of jihadis around the world who aren't in a hurry to get over there?
All it's going to do
and
is piss
start
them off, just
fighting?
like when Clinton threw a couple missiles at Afghanistan, years and years ago. What did it do?
Well, here's
Doesn't gain us
jihadis.
any
Here's the problem.
international credit. Our standing in the international community. We're certainly not going to go to the United Nations and ask the whole fascist bloc of the United Nations to support us in a vote of the General Assembly that we're going to do this.
There's another big block
Okay.
over there that.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's what I'm
Well, see,
talking
here's
about.
here's how this administration.
And we're not going to go to the Congress and ask the Congress to
We have
debate
to.
it.
No,
No, not just a couple of little strikes. Oh, it's not a war. He's not declaring a
No,
war because we're not at war with Islam.
He's got 50 days to make a decision. But apart from
So what would the reason be, Tom?
So let's look at the battlefield. The battlefield has Bashar al-Assad. He's a dictator. He's been ruling, and his father's been ruling, 30, 40 years, maybe 50 years, the Assad family. Mm-hmm. He's a puppet of Iran. We know that. Iran has propped that thing up. Even the Russians have propped him up a bit.
Not even, and the Russians. Yeah.
So
Well, they have a naval base there. Their only base in the Med.
yeah, what is it, Tartus or?
Yes.
And
Tartus,
they,
say?
interestingly, several months ago, they threatened to pull out all the Russians from Syria, and they were making noises like this is going to be over in just a few weeks, that the Assad government is going to fall, and we're pulling our 41,000 people out of there. 41,000 Russians in Syria. What do you...
That's
Do you think they're up to something good
well,
over there?
supposedly they're out now. I heard yesterday that
No. Well, yeah, and yesterday,
military
what were you
and all
talking?
workers
What
are
were
out.
you talking about?
Right.
Showing the little ships on the map,
Yep.
watching them disappear. How about watch the Russians leave Syria
Yep.
and see what's going to happen over there?
All right, so
But they
we
kept them there
we have the ruling
because they're
family,
in it.
the Assad, the Bashar al-Assad family, and he's part of the Alawite clan, which is somewhat secular. They're Shia, but they're not like praying all the time and doing all that stuff.
They're considered heretics by both the Shia and the Sunnis.
So he's Western in the sense of where his epicureal desires are, And did you got that picture of? Did I send you the picture of John Kerry and his wife? Having dinner with Assad and his wife not too long ago.
Right.
It's a great picture. They're friends.
A real
right?
chick.
That's why he looked
A
so
real chick.
pained the
Yeah.
other day. That's why I said, remember Kerry looked like he had a
Yeah.
small stroke or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
It came to me afterwards that this is his buddy.
This is his buddy, al-Assad.
That's why he's so stressed out.
The president.
Yeah.
He's a eye doctor. The president, and his father was a totalitarian dictator. The son came up there and had to do it. He's not a great leader by any means, but those are the ruling party. Now, in there, they're on the Shia side. This is what you got to remember, folks. They're on the Hatfield side, and the McCoys are on the other side. The Sunnis say, "Oh my word! If we can take over Syria, we're positioned beautifully above whom and to the east of whom." And we're tight with Iran. Well, they don't want to be. I mean, they want to be in a fighting position with Iran. But if the Sunnis can take over Syria, they have tremendous weaponry. They have advanced missile technology, advanced airplanes, an advanced navy, relatively speaking. They have tons of chemical weapons, all types of various agents,
Which
and
came
biological
from where, by the
weapons.
way?
Where did that come
Where
from?
did those weapons of mass
That didn't
destruction
exist.
come from?
Yeah,
The
that
ones
didn't
that
exist
didn't
in Iraq.
exist. The
Iraq.
Where?
Iraq.
Iraq?
We people now say, oh, George Bush went in there. Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, and
We know that because he used them.
he used them, and we know people now that were on the teams tracking this stuff and said it went right into Syria, and we couldn't go into Syria. So so now we have Sunnis wanting to. Now all of this started. Remember when all of this craziness started?
Yeah, why did all this craziness start?
It was.
Why did this Syrian civil war start?
It was again part of the wonderful, as the Muslims are calling it, the awakening, the Arab Spring of January, February, March 2011, as countries fell and all the Sunnis said, let's go after Bashar al-Assad, and the disruptions and upheavals all started back then. It's 2 years it's been going
Yeah.
on. Problem is, Assad said, you ain't taking over my country.
Right.
And what happened, interestingly enough, when the theater shut down in Iraq, the fighting theater for the Mujahideen, the holy warriors, they went over to Afghanistan. As that cooled down, these 19-year-old kids that
Yeah.
don't have any
Like,
job,
where are
no
they going to
future.
go?
Well, once Syria lit up, they said, let's go to Syria.
Yeah.
And we have American Muslims,
American
jihadis in Syria being trained. The head of the FBI, Robert Mueller, about a week ago did
Yeah.
an exit, he's leaving, an exit interview.
Exit interview. Yeah.
And the interviewer said, what keeps you up at night? And he said, nuclear weapons.
Right.
But he also said, he goes, we have so many American Muslims who have gone to Syria to fight the jihad. He said, some are going to die, obviously, but many are going to come back highly trained in bomb making, in killing, in espionage, and all the various crafts
Okay, you
of
just hit
war.
on something right there, Tom. For those of you who didn't notice, I think it's very interesting that the only time an American government official can actually acknowledge that there's a such thing as jihad, which has the word which has been like twisted out
taboo.
of the
You
English
can't-
language. You're not allowed to say it. It's not in any official documents. You won't hear any government official use the word jihad until they're on their
he's
way
out
out
of
of
there,
the government.
That's funny. That
Oh,
is
speaking
funny.
of on the way out of the
he would
government.
spend every single hearing that he attends and every single briefing and interview during his tenure denying the fact that there is such a thing as jihad until he's a week away from leaving.
Speaking of people leaving government, we didn't have a going away party for Miss Janet Napolitano.
Yeah, is she gone? She is gone, huh?
She be gone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do you feel safer?
Yeah, I'm so much
my
safer. Yeah.
gosh.
So what we have here then is a battlefield in Syria that jihadis from all over the world are going to. On the Sunni side, also Hezbollah on the Shia side, are training people to fight, and they're fighting each
And
other.
the purpose of the fight, in case everybody lost sight of it, is because they wanted to topple a regime which they felt was too secular.
Yes.
End of story. That was the whole reason for this whole war erupting in the first place. Then you get down to the nitty-gritty of which Muslim faction is fighting which Muslim faction. But the one thing that they all agree on is they want to topple this regime and replace it with what?
Who knows?
Who fills the vacuum?
The Muslim Brotherhood.
Who fills the vacuum
Islamic jihadis,
when
yeah.
these regimes fall in the Middle East and in North Africa and any Muslim country? Who fills the vacuum?
The bad guys.
The bad guys.
Al-Qaeda, the Brotherhood,
Brotherhood.
all of that. And that's the issue in Syria. Now,
You know?
we are in touch, as you folks know, with many people that are in the front lines on this. In fact, one of our good friends, General Paul Vallely, just got back yesterday from Aleppo. This is his third trip to, and if you're watching
Aleppo's
on Trento
like the
Vision,
largest city in Syria.
northern Damascus. If you're watching on Trento Vision or Tea Party Community, High
that's
Tea Party Community,
That's
we're,
a good graphic you have up there, Mark.
we're showing some B-roll of the
Yeah.
conflict. General Paul Vallely has met with a small faction of the anti-Assad forces, and he assures everyone that knows him that these are Western-minded, secular Muslims, not interested in Sharia, not interested in all of that. And these are who the United States should be working with. Should not be working with General Idriss, I-D-R-I-S-S. Yesterday on the news, John McCain said, the only person we should be working with is General Idriss.
Well, then you know that it's upside down if John McCain is for
John
it.
McCain must have Muslim Brotherhood ties out the wazoo, because every position
unbelievable.
he has come down on, you name the country in that region of the world, and McCain has come down on the side of the Brotherhood.
He gets absolutely everything wrong, and then he changes his position. It's like, watch what he says on Wednesday, and then watch what he says on Sunday, because he's on the talk shows every Sunday. Because he's like the only Republican who can appear
You
on
say
the
crazy
Sunday
stuff.
morning
Well,
talk
you know,
shows.
John McCain's like a broken clock. He gets it right twice a day.
Him and Lindsey Graham. Yeah, like our clock. Or 5:38. It's 38 minutes after 5 o'clock, 30 August. Tom Trento, WNN. You're getting in your car. You're putting on the radio. Always turn to WNN 1470. 6 o'clock in the morning, Steve Kane is there. 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, just before us. Holly Meredith. You got to listen to her. 5 to 6, you got to listen to us on the radio. Tell your friends about it. Yes, Mark.
Little show correction. You said 80% of the Jews voted for Obama.
68.
No, 68.
68%.
Yeah.
And 30% voted for
Romney.
Throw that up.
Yep. We're throwing that up real quick. Now we also have the the DNC clip that you wanted
Oh, okay.
from
Yes.
earlier, and you
Yeah.
wanted to play that. Do you
But
want to
I
play
We
have a
also have
question
Santa
about
Monica.
Vallely also.
We
got
got
Santa Monica, we got everything.
we got to
Yeah, I have a
nothing
question
today.
about Vallely's thesis,
About
so-
but we're going to get back to the Democrat thing as a point of application
Yeah.
in terms of what political philosophy should we be following here as it relates to Israel.
Yeah.
But the we got Paul Vallely, General Vallely, a distinguished general, saying there's a small group. Now, whether or not the group is sufficient enough really to have any impact remains to be seen.
Yeah.
We have McCain saying no, it's Idris, the guy that Valley says you don't want to go with him.
That's the guy
There's-
who's supposedly responsible for some of these chemical
For some of the-
weapons attacks.
But now, up until just a few days ago, until this, actually a week ago, the chemical attack by whomever, it looks like Assad
Who
did
knows? Yeah.
it. All, the American politicians on both sides, for the most part, were saying, just leave it alone, leave it alone. Even
Yeah.
the president was hesitant, to his credit.
Even though
Yeah.
it passed his red line.
Yeah, this first red line. Now this other red line has been drawn. Let's listen to your question. Then we're going to discuss this red line to see if it's sufficient to jump into
Right. Yeah.
a
because-
quagmire without the exit strategy of taking over that country. You're going to
Yeah,
have to
which
take
we
over the
can't
country.
do.
You're going to have
Which
to.
we can't
I mean,
do.
what are you
No,
going to do?
It cannot be done.
Well,
There's
go ahead.
no
I mean,
will.
you-
There's no will to do it.
Right.
I don't doubt that there are a few, Western-leaning secularist fighters in Syria, and these are
And
these
Vallely
are the
found
people
them.
who, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. General Vallely found them.
He found
But
his needle
there's-
in that big haystack.
There's no one behind them. The circle around them, the circle around them, and the circle around them. The culture, the society, does not and has not ever supported the type of Western liberal democracy.
Kind of like the Islamic Circle of North America.
that he envisions.
Okay.
It doesn't exist in the society. There's no institutions for it in the society. So even if he does manage to be successful, these members of the FSA, to topple this regime, there's nothing positive to replace it with. Do you think it's going to be a country that looks away from Russia and away from Iran and towards the United States and towards Israel? The only thing they're looking at towards Israel is to grab more land and kill more Jews. I mean, think about it that way. That's the question you ask yourself.
How'd you like to
when you
live
look at
under a border?
who are the potential
You'll find out.
replacements for the current regime?
You'll find
Okay?
out soon enough.
Ask yourself, are they going to hate the Jews any less than the guys who came
Guys who
before
came
them?
before.
Okay? The answer tells you what you need to do
Right.
as far as an intervention goes. In this case, the intervention is don't bother.
Drop rusty machetes off to the losing side.
Yeah, do you have that with you, by the way?
All right, now we're gonna tactically approach and analytically this dilemma for our audience, for our viewers and our listeners, and help sift through the complex situation in Syria, which has the capability to be the match that lights the fuse that explodes the Middle East and can bring in a regional war that could escalate to a nuclear conflagration, just like the way it's written in the end of the Bible in that last book. I mean, it's bizarre how this stuff is starting to.
Hezekiah, what was that? What was the
Oh,
last book?
Hezekiah, in the book of Hezekiah in the
Book of
Bible.
Hezekiah.
This one's the Revelation. But here's the deal: you've analogously, you've got a neighborhood, 100 miles away from us, and there's a house on fire in that neighborhood, and around that house are all the neighbors and all the neighbors' fire departments. And we go, hey, it's our responsibility to drive 100 miles to go put the fire out, and we all the fire departments around that house that's burning, it's our job to go put that out. That's how absurd this is. We have Syria in the middle of the Middle East. We have all the Muslim countries around it. They're all Muslims. They all have their capacity and desire for world peace, all of that.
You're funny, man. That is world domination, you Islamophobe.
Let me put my glasses on. I'm going to read something. Listen to this. This is the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. You're tricking me, Mark. You switched
That's
the
because
camera?
of your blue shirt today, Tom.
Okay. All right, so I'm
I
going to look
told
at
you to wear
camera.
that yesterday,
Okay.
didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Just want to be on record for that.
The Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Now, I want you to listen to this. Our theory here on Trento Vision is that why is the West, America, Britain, France, why are we the world's fire department having to run to put out a fire in the neighborhood where there are firehouses, Muslim firehouses all around? Why do we have to put this fire out? And once we put it out, they're all going to turn to us and hate us for putting the fire out.
Then they're going to shoot the firemen.
They're going to shoot the
Not
firemen.
only
They're trying to
that,
fight firemen, not fires.
not only that, but the fire chief would send the firemen over there and then not let them use their
They can use their hose,
hoses to
yeah.
put
No,
the
they
fire
use
out. Go put out the fire,
Because you
but
got to
don't use
conserve your
any
water. You got to conserve your water.
Yep. Global warming is drying up the ocean. You can't use your
That's
can't use your
right. And
hose.
while you're there, why don't you rebuild some of those mosques they all blew up?
That's how ridiculous this is. Hey, look, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation is a 57 member
57.
organization, and I'm going to read just from let me see this one. Yeah, listen to this. This is just from WikiLeaks, just simple. And
Wikipedia, not WikiLeaks.
Wikipedia.
Snowden.
Right. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation is an international organization existing of 57 member states. The organization states that it is, quote, the collective voice of the Muslim world. That's pretty collective. The collective voice.
Yeah, the collective
We
voice.
speak for all Muslims. Does that say that or not?
It says
Yes.
the collective voice of the Muslim world.
And works to, quote, safeguard and protect the interests of the Muslim world in the spirit of promoting international peace and harmony. Okay?
Hold on, I have two guys that wanted to discuss that with you.
We have for you
Yeah, you
folks
need to
driving, we have
scroll
a
down a little
Shia and a
bit there.
Sunni. Read it. We have a Shia and a Sunni pulling a rope to hang each other. But I'm going to read this again, then you're going to read something from there, CJ. Now, here's our thesis, folks. Why doesn't the OIC, why don't they step up? Why don't they call for a grand summit, a peace summit tomorrow in Damascus? If Damascus is a little too rough, they can go, I don't know, maybe they can go to Tel Aviv, and Netanyahu will let them all come in a peace conference.
He would.
Oh, of course he
probably
would.
You probably would.
Yeah, let's not even go there.
But the OIC can snap their fingers and have the leaders of the 57 Islamic states at a peace summit.
Watch it.
And listen to what their objective is as an organization. Our objective is we are the collective voice of the Muslim world, and we work to safeguard and protect the interests of the Muslim world in the spirit of promoting international peace and harmony. Let's call these guys on the carpet. You want to go to the UN, the OIC, and tell us that we can't criticize Islam? That's the worst thing in the world? You want to put a guy in jail for making a movie that's actually truthful and factual, but goofy, because nobody can insult your prophet? Look at the damn stuff that's going on under your eyes. You got your brothers and sisters killing each other. You're dedicated to stopping this, yet you do nothing. It's time you, OIC, get organized, call a summit, and responsibly say, we're going to solve the problem in Damascus. We bet you won't do it because you know you can't do it because your system has failed, so don't ever tell us what to do, okay?
Absolutely. Bravo, bravo. And by the way, these 57 states are the largest voting bloc
In the UN.
in the UN.
56 states and
when
the
these
Palestinians. Please do not say 57 states anymore. I'm going to jump the table.
57 members, okay? 57
Members, 57 members.
Okay, I correct
Yeah,
myself.
that's actually good.
57 members, all right? And And when this administration says that we need to go to the UN and get a stamp of approval for American policy, what they're really saying is we need to go to the UN and see if the OIC and China and Russia will go along with us on this. Otherwise, we're not doing it.
You know, a lot of this has to do with something Mark
How
brings up all the time.
How completely stupid.
What Mark says a lot, and that there is no responsibility in Islam.
None.
Zero.
And this is a clear example of why the OIC won't act, is that
it's
they
never
have
their
no
fault.
idea what responsibility is.
They want authority with no responsibility, and that's their paradigm for management all over the place.
That's bullies and children.
it's
That's
not just-
childish bullies.
It's
That's what they are.
It's not
Except
just-
they're lethal to the rest of us.
They are
Sorry.
lethal, yes.
Yeah, it's not just paradigm. Well, what it is, it's the ideology that stems from the basis of their teaching and of their book, which is Islam, which has no responsibility whatsoever. I mean, everything is somebody else's fault.
If you believe you're supreme,
Yes, I was going to say, how does that?
how does
that equate
responsibility
with-
fit into that?
Yeah,
you
where
know?
does that come from?
There is none. You don't need to if you're
you
supreme.
don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have supremacism,
This is
which
why this
comes
system
to you
fails.
from Allah and your prophet. Therefore, you don't have to excuse yourself,
responsibility.
explain yourself, and nothing is your fault.
know,
It's all
And if
divine.
people don't listen, you kill them. You have to
Right.
build that into your doctrine.
And here's
Yeah.
what doesn't make sense to me. You go back to the Jewish thing that you talked about earlier, okay?
Yeah.
Most of the Jewish people that we know here in this area are very liberal. If you
South Florida. we're
South
talking about.
Florida, and also throughout the country, just liberals in general.
Yeah.
Northeast.
If you
yeah.
if you despise Christianity because you think it's too far extreme, it's too far hatred, it's too far this, and that it doesn't respect rights of anybody,
Right.
and if that is your motto, and if that is your core belief, and
Yeah.
if that's your raison d'etre for living, then you should just loathe Islam. I mean,
Yeah.
you should. I mean, you have in your mind, if you have Christianity here, I'm telling you, Islam is so far off the chart right.
Yeah.
I mean hate
How do
filled,
you,
destructive.
Mark, you are
kill.
so right. You are so right. How do you give the finger to
But so
Jesus
dumb. But you're so
and
dumb,
then
Mark.
And
no,
hug Muhammad.
and hug Muhammad?
I mean,
But,
it's,
but you're
it's-
so dumb.
Oh, it's the religion of peace.
You're so dumb to think that the left can think
Past square one?
in a coherent A, B, C manner.
Listen, if
They
you
don't.
if you hate them because they don't want to have gay marriage, hold on, the Islam wants to kill you.
Yeah, Islam
Okay?
doesn't want to have
Oh,
gay
oh.
breathing.
If you don't like women's rights, how Christians are so
Screw the
evil
gay
to
marriage.
women, how Christians are so evil to women, how they treat them, they think them as second class. I'm sorry, Islam thinks of them as property. Give me a break, you knucklehead liberals. I mean, if you hate Christianity, then please loathe Islam.
Good point. Great point.
And you know what? That's
What?
really interesting because we're talking about the religions, other religions, and how they view Islam. But how do atheists view Islam? And are
Another
you
good
doing are you doing a discussion
Well,
with
that's-
atheists that
that-
you want to talk about?
I think it's time to. We got a visitor. I think it's time. Hold on.
While we
Mail
have a
delivery.
visitor, could we
Mail
put something-
delivery. Lock the door.
That's an efficient mailman, I'm telling you.
Well, look.
Twice a day, our mailman
It's
comes.
pickup.
Well, look. It's
Yeah, no, he is the mailman
He's
is
punctual.
extraordinary. Like it's 3:00 on the in where his time is.
yeah.
I'm certified now. Yeah, that's something you have to sign for.
Culturally, where his time is.
I just signed for that package for you.
Okay, good. That was the FedEx man. That
FedEx
was the
guy, not the
FedEx
mailman.
But yes, there is an
3:00
event coming up
somewhere.
that with just a few minutes left in the show we should tell people about. Today's the 30th of August, 2013. On the 15th, just a couple of weeks, 2 weeks from this Sunday, I have been asked to participate in a debate, not going to be an Islamic debate, which are the normal ones. I was asked by that's our normal debate. I was asked by, if you can put that back up, by a atheist lawyer by the name of Edward Tabash, if I would debate him on the question, does God exist?
Okay.
So
What's your position, Tom?
I'm going with a yes.
Are
on
you
that one.
for or against?
I'm going on the for one. You know, you got a 50-50 shot if all hell goes loose.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but if you're right, it's pretty good. The debate is the 15th of September at Florida International University down in Miami. It's $3 to get in, from what I understand. We're not sponsoring it. I'm just the
I gotta
opposition.
pay $3 to watch you talk.
But he's a regular customer.
He's a regular customer.
I'm a regular non-paying customer. Now you're gonna charge me?
It's $3, man.
You don't get
or
any
so.
of that, though.
I'll print up some fresh $3 bills.
Okay, that's good. All right, we're going to be talking more about that. And remember the atheist we had on, Daryl or whatever, his brother Daryl?
The other brother
Canada?
Daryl.
Yeah,
We'll probably
he's a
bring him
nice
on.
guy.
Daryl
yeah.
and Daryl.
Get some insight from him. But our subject for today, 55 minutes past 5 o'clock, August 30th,
By the way,
2013.
LGBT rights and the OIC, Damon, you were talking about
What's
this.
it say?
In March 2012, the UN Human Rights Council held its first discussion of discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. Okay. Pakistan's representative addressed the
Visitor.
session on behalf of the OIC, denouncing the discussion and questioning the concept of sexual orientation, which he said was being used to promote licentious behavior against the fundamental teachings of various religions, including Islam. He stated the council should not discuss the topic again. Most Arab countries and some African ones later walked out of the session.
Oh, wow.
So that's
Wow.
where they stand.
Wow.
They get up and they
And
leave
also,
the room.
on your Jewish debate, I think it would be actually interesting.
Jewish.
to hear-
Oh, he's a Jewish guy.
I'm talking
the atheist is
the
Jewish.
atheist, but I was thinking of the how
The atheist is Jewish. That's funny.
That's right. Well, where does the Democrats side with as far as in their stance? Where does God exist? What's
I don't know. Maybe if we had a
Wait
piece
a
of
minute.
video,
If
it
we
might
had
be
some
good,
video
yeah.
to show, yeah.
What do you got?
UPS guy.
Yeah. Okay. There,
Get all
let's
kinds
see.
of packages.
We're getting all kinds of deliveries
That one was
today.
ticking, though. I told him to take it back.
So here's the Democrat response to about God.
This is 1 year ago. This happened.
Yeah.
Favor say aye.
Should the DNC
All
get
those
redo that?
delegates opposed say no.
There we
The
go.
matter requires a 2/3 vote in the affirmative. All those delegates in favor say aye.
Should the DNC adopt
All
Jerusalem
those
as the capital
delegates
of
opposed
Israel
say no.
and God in the platform?
In the opinion of the... Let me do that again. All of those delegates
The third time's the charm.
in favor
fellas.
say aye. All those delegates opposed say no.
That Arab American delegate screaming at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
This is
That's two no's so far.
2 no's so
I,
far.
I guess...
My teleprompter's telling me I got to do this again and lie about the results.
they're gonna do.
I do. They can do what they're going to do.
I'll do that one more
One
time.
more time. Try. All right. For God.
All those delegates in favor say aye. All those delegates opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 have voted in the affirmative. The motion is adopted, and the platform has been amended.
That's a disgrace.
And by the way,
That's
that
a
was on the
disgrace. That's a
teleprompter.
disgrace. Yep.
What he said was
Yep.
on the teleprompter before the vote was taken.
That's a
No
disgrace.
God.
And it
or
was
Jerusalem
off of
not.
the original platform. And
Yeah.
It was off of the platform. They had to bring that on last second.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, folks. Are we that close?
Yeah, we are.
When you
3-2.
when you screw with God like that, when you make believe you really want Him when you don't, beware. Hey, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.